What's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another Arcade1Up video. And in this video, I just wanted to have a discussion. I don't really have a format for this video. I have no idea how this video is going to go. But the more that I sat back and watched all of the negative information come out about Marvel vs. Capcom 2, as I reviewed it myself, as I watched other people review and other people post things in the Facebook groups and forums and whatnot, I couldn't help but sit back and ask myself, did Arcade1Up play us? Did they lie to us, essentially? Did they know about all these issues and still kind of tricked us into buying the cabinet, if you will? So my biggest thing, or kind of like red flag when looking back at the whole release about Marvel vs. Capcom 2, is that right around the same time as Marvel vs. Capcom 2 being announced, NFL Blitz was also announced as well. And if you guys follow Arcade1Up on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, you'll know that they heavily market NFL Blitz. But for some reason, they haven't marketed Marvel vs. Capcom 2 like whatsoever. They pretty much did the initial reveal when it came out. They made a big deal about it, did a live stream. They even promised the loyalty list where they were gonna send everybody early notifications. And then during that live stream of the reveal, they kind of hyped it up to give us that fear that we weren't going to be able to get it, that these were going to sell out quickly, and it was going to be impossible to get. And they pretty much almost made it seem like if you didn't get it on day one, you weren't going to get it. And that was it. We heard nothing else about Marvel vs. Capcom 2 until the actual day that it released, that Arcade1Up had to kind of post a statement on their social medias because the whole release was just so abysmal and so botched. And if you guys have been following, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, then you know. And then that was it. They went right back that very same day, like as soon as they put out that statement about Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that same day, maybe like an hour later maybe, they went back to promoting and advertising NFL Blitz. And I can't help but sit back and think that that's a little weird. Why aren't they marketing Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Maybe it could be for a few reasons, you know. Maybe it's because they know how popular this cabinet is and they don't need to waste the time marketing it because they know the cabinet's going to sell itself. And maybe NFL Blitz isn't selling enough and they need to focus more on that. But I kind of feel like they wanted us to buy the cabinet, right? They gave us that whole fear when they initially announced it, that we weren't going to be able to get this pretty much if we didn't get it on day one. But I feel like they might have been doing that because, I don't know, I feel like they knew about these issues, and if they didn't overhype the cabinet and they let, let's say, the initial wave of people, whether it's YouTubers or whoever, the initial wave of people that wanted to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2, if they let them get them and then, you know, all the reviews come out, then it would make everybody else who was on the fence about Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or wanted to wait to see the reviews, it would make them not want to purchase it, essentially, because of all the issues that this cabinet has. I hope I'm making sense. I know I'm making sense in my head. I don't know if it's making sense the way that it's coming out. I'm just kind of trying to explain how I feel about this situation and what I think personally. So what I'm trying to say is that because it gave us the fear of possibly missing out on the cabinet, everybody, whether they were on the fence about it, slightly thinking about it, definitely wanted it, whatever, every single person went out and pre-ordered it day one, or, you know, week one or week two. Everybody ran to pre-order it. Whereas normally there's a lot of people who may not have done that. They may have waited around for reviews to see what the case might have been, you know. So for those people that were going to wait around for the reviews, and then, you know, they would see the negative reviews and then essentially not want to order the cabinet, well, now they probably already have the cabinet because everybody pre-ordered it day one. And now I know some people are returning the cabinet, but there's also probably people that are like, yeah, this cabinet has issues, it's got negative press, but I already spent the money on it, I already have it in my house, I don't want to go through the hassle of dragging this thing back to the store or trying to ship it back to Arcade1Up and wait all this time to get my money back. Like, I'm good, I have it, it has issues, but whatever, I already have it. So I feel like that's kind of the marketing strategy behind it. Now, I could be wrong, but this is just me from the outside looking in, trying to figure out what went wrong with this release and why it went wrong. Was it on purpose? Did Arcade1Up know about all of these issues and made us have the fear of missing out, or whatever you want to call it, and they knew that, you know, this is what they had to do to get this in everyone's hands immediately, so now that everybody spent their money on it, they don't have to worry about these issues? I don't know if this is the case. This is just me speculating. I don't even know if this is making sense to the way I'm explaining it, but it's just very strange that they've been so marketing heavy on NFL Blitz and pretty much haven't said a word about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I don't know why that is. I mean, this cabinet could be so popular that it's going to sell itself and they don't need to worry about it. But I've been seeing a lot of negative press about this cabinet, and it makes me wonder, what is Arcade1Up going to do? Because maybe they didn't expect all of this. I don't know. All I know is there's no way that Arcade1Up did not know about all the issues that these cabinets had. From Justin Wong, you know, being one of the QC testers and everything, and all the testers they have, there's no way that they didn't know about any of the issues that exist, because we are seeing these issues straight out of the box. I think it was like my first or second match that I played with this straight out of the box that I noticed the volume on the cabinet started automatically turning itself down. So there is no way that Arcade1Up had no idea about these issues. I think they knew about these issues and they wanted to create the fear of missing out, so that way just everybody drops their money on this cabinet and now there's nothing they can do. When in reality there is something that some people are choosing to do, and that's to return the cabinet. But like I said, there are probably people out there, myself included, that is still happy to have the cabinet and would not want to go through the hassle of trying to make a return at the store and wait for the money to come back and whatever. And so I don't know, it's just a very weird marketing situation for Arcade1Up and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because they pretty much have not talked about it whatsoever, but they keep like just throwing NFL Blitz in our face. Like every day is a new NFL Blitz post, which I love NFL Blitz, don't get me wrong, but it just makes me think, why? Like, they've always, any new cabinet they have, they always put it on social media, market it, and do all this stuff. But this cabinet, they've been keeping very quiet about, and I don't know why, and it's strange, and I don't know what the situation is or what their plans are. Like, when are we going to get online for this cabinet? When is there going to be patches that come out? Because I can guarantee you, they knew about the way that this runs. There's no way that they didn't know that it runs like this. So are they working on patches? The biggest problem that we're all having is that they just won't tell us anything. Tell us something. Give us a time frame. Give us something. Just acknowledge us, but don't release this unfinished product and not even mention the product really on your social media accounts, and don't mention anything to the community and your loyal customers that are giving you money for these cabinets. I just feel like we need to hold Arcade1Up accountable, and they need to take responsibility. You know, they took their time to put out a press release when all of these units sold out because there were so many people upset. So I feel like we all as a community really need to be on Arcade1Up's neck and make them address not only this cabinet but NFL Blitz as well. Why doesn't NFL Blitz still not have online capabilities, and we are now 2 months from when it initially released? So I just feel like we all need to speak up. Like I said, I still love this cabinet. If you watched my review, there was a lot of negative things I had to say about the cabinet. Some were my personal experiences, some were other people's personal experiences, but there was also a lot of positive things I like to say about this cabinet. Heck, as soon as I'm done making this video, I'm gonna go back to playing this cabinet because I am having fun with it. But that doesn't change the fact that Arcade1Up is up to some weird stuff with this cabinet, and they just need to address the community. The same way when these all sold out, they put out a press release. They need to put out a press release to give us some sort of time frame on when to expect a new patch to come out and when to expect online capabilities to be active for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I don't know, that's just, I know this was kind of all over the place, but that's just what's been on my mind the last couple of days, is what is Arcade1Up doing? They, like, why are they being sneaky with this cabinet? I mean, we know why, because the cabinet has issues, but it's like, even looking back, like in retrospect, essentially, I'm saying, like, they never really marketed this cabinet, and I think it's for this specific reason that the cabinet has issues. So that's just my thoughts. I hope I made sense to all of you, because like I said, I didn't really know how to make this video. It was just kind of things that I was feeling and things that I was thinking, and I literally just sat in front of the camera and pressed record and said go. So I hope it made sense to you guys. I know it made sense in my head, but I don't know if it made sense. You guys may all look at me like I'm crazy. Who knows? But this is just what I feel. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 review that I did. It was my previous video on the channel, but it'll also be popping up on the screen for you guys to click on. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. As always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.